Hey guys, Chris Hill here. Today I want to talk for a few minutes about a couple ideas that I've been kind of sifting through my mind. Next week I'm going to talk at the University of Alabama at the Marketing Grad School department in a couple of different classes. And that's actually the same program I took about 7 years ago, I guess it was. And my professor reached out to me and said, Chris, would you mind coming to talk to these guys about some of the things you've learned since being in school? Some of the things you might have liked to have known back in the day that you could have applied to your career and your life, since. And so I said, sure. Sounds like fun, and I love that place, and I love connecting with people and helping people if I can. So as I started thinking about some of these things, I started jotting out a list of all the most important things that have happened to me and that I've made happen in my life in the last 7 years. So that list includes things like probably starting with grad school. I was a double major in English and Spanish, and I couldn't really get a job, so I said, all right, well, I'll give business and marketing a shot. Took the GMAT, did really well, bam, grad school. Then I went into consulting, but then I hated my job and said, you know what, I'm gonna become a chef. So I became a chef, moved to a new market up in Virginia, and then opened a new restaurant, or my first restaurant. And then after that, the restaurant got going, I started building my own personal brand, which is something I'd never done before. I started doing a lot of TV stuff. I started speaking, done 2 TEDx talks, started doing a lot of writing on Medium and sharing my voice on YouTube, things like that. And I look at all these different things that have happened, even including things like events. I've done 2 or 3 different fundraisers that I've had to run myself, that I've raised money for different charity organizations. And I look at all these things and what do they have in common? And I think they have a couple things in common. First of all, each and every one of those things I decided to do that I hadn't done before. I didn't know about marketing or business. I didn't know about a new market or becoming a chef. I knew how to cook, but I didn't know how to be a chef in a restaurant. So it took learning and training and a lot of time spent doing that. The first 2, 3, probably 10 times on TV, I was scared shitless. TEDx, I've done 2 TEDx talks. The first time, I was petrified. I had no idea how to speak. But then, the second time, I killed it. Thankfully, the first one's not out there anywhere. But the whole gist of it is the things that are important and are meaningful and really help us to feel alive in our careers are things that make us grow. When we're growing, we feel successful and we feel in tune with what we're about and what we're doing. And part of growing is stepping outside your comfort zone and saying, you know what, I need to give this a try. And I might not be the best at it, and it might take a little while, but let's see if I can make it work, which is what I've done. And obviously there's certain things I've tried that haven't worked, but the ones that have been great. I've been able to connect with nearly 1 million people out there through my writing. And the thousands of people that see my TEDx talks, and the hundreds of thousands that watch me on TV, it's incredible to think about. And all these things, all these opportunities, and all these connections with people opened up for one reason, because I decided to step outside of my comfort zone. They say everything you want in life is on the other side of your fear. I can promise you I was scared to open a restaurant, TV, talks, events, all those things. But at the end of the day, I made them happen, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna figure it out. And as a result, it's been so meaningful. I've grown, and it's been really what's made my life and my career so fulfilling the last 6 or 7 years. Just finding new ways to connect with people and share the work and my art and who I am in ways that can connect with people in different ways. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Step outside your comfort zone. I love it if you would like this video here. Subscribe down below.